Hello and welcome to Southeast Junior High Teacher Suites 4.0. I'm just going to go through real quickly some of the changes to your teacher suite that you will have with the updated version. A lot of it is the same or very similar. There's just a couple different tweaks. When you open up your Southeast Junior High Teacher Suite, it should have your last name there, and that indicates that is your teacher suite. Since I don't have a homeroom, I just have my default set up to be the first homeroom, which is Anderson. So as you'll see, that first tab looks exactly the same. The only difference is that Bill just hasn't changed the color scheme, so we have the North Central colors. But all of that will look the same. You'll notice that kids will be highlighted again, based on the work list, which is the missing report that I run on Mondays. That has not been inputted yet to this sheet, so you can see that that yellow highlight is not on right now. The second tab that you have is your student request tab, and that is exactly the same as last time. There's a couple different changes here. You'll notice that he switched where the activity type is. So again, you have the choices of intervention and reteach and enrichment. If it's an intervention or reteach, then you should have all of the teacher names available to you. And again, those trump any type of enrichments. Just making sure that you highlight all three of these fields. If you don't have all three highlighted, then it will have an error message once you go to request a student. If you click on enrichment this time, you'll see that it just has the pull down menu of all the possible enrichments. Most of the time, you as teachers won't be doing that. That's just really more for me when I input enrichment. Same thing to request students. You just start to type the last name and the student's name should come up, or you can input or copy and paste list from PowerSchool or from your clipboard down here to request students quicker. There's a student lookup tab here that's a little bit new as well. I don't put D and F grades in, but I do put the missing assignments in. So what you could do is use this to look up a specific student, and it would tell you then what specific assignments that they have missing. This tab is a little bit new. This gives us the ability to cancel a request. So if I go back to my request students, let's say I'm going to request Gavin Cook for an enrichment. I'm going to put him in Rubik's Cube. This is no longer a valid enrichment. So I've got him down for enrichment Rubik's Cube on Tuesday, 3/27. I'll hit my submit request. And that's working right now. And then if I go over here to view and cancel, what I'll have to do is make sure these fields are populated the same. Go to Gavin Cook. Whoops, sorry, didn't like that I was doing that. I don't know why it's doing that. And then you can see I have him in here, Rubik's Cube, Tuesday, 3/27, and I'm going to request to cancel that. So as long as this matches with this name, I should be able to hit submit, and it will go ahead and cancel that request for me, so it will no longer show up on the sheets. Couple tabs that are new. Don't forget about your clipboard tab. If you ever have lists that you request on a regular basis, it's kind of nice to put those in there, and then you can just copy and paste that list and put it in the request tool. This custom groups list is kind of nice. So for example, Success Center or Learning Support, or if there's a certain group of kids that you follow, you could create a custom class. So I've done this with 2 students. I just picked 2 and I just pretended like I taught Success Center. So I just typed in SC for a Success Center. I put in my teacher name. I put in what period I have them and what days that they come to see me. Column F over here will populate itself off of the information that you put in. So I've created a custom list. And then if I just want to follow those particular students, then what I would do is go over here to my work list, or excuse me, wrong one, my work list report right here. And then you have the option of doing, you could look at anyone's homeroom really if you wanted to. And I would see a list of work that students were missing for Mr. Bailey. I could do all students, and you can see how that shows up here. It would have every single student listed alphabetically and what work they are missing. Or what I can do is custom group. If I've created a custom group, I can come over here and select that custom group. And then if any of those kids were missing work, I would see that populate down here. If you need help making custom groups, I'm more than happy to help with that, but they're pretty easy to make, and it's a quick way to kind of keep your eye on a certain set of students. Really, otherwise, everything else in the teacher suite is pretty much the same. I think I have a couple tabs down here like work list or DNF list and work list that you might not have. The DNF list we're not going to use, so you don't even need to worry about that one. You might as well just move that one to the back. Same thing with the work list. If you have that one, just go ahead and move that to the back. That's something that I work with. The tabs I think that you'll want to have, and in such order, would be homeroom schedule, requesting students. I would put view and cancel requests next, and then probably the student lookup next. If that's something you like to do, is to look up student work. Otherwise, the sheets are pretty much the same. Bill is going to be putting in for us, maybe by the end of the year, a way for students to request to see teachers, just a way to communicate to us that they want to see us. He does have the capabilities to do that, and I've asked him to do that for our purposes. If you have any questions on your teacher suite, just let me know. As last time when we rolled out a new version, there could be some bugs and glitches. So if you run into any of those issues, just let me know and we'll try to troubleshoot those as quickly as we can. Thank you.